Good afternoon, students. Okay, let me check how many have joined. Good afternoon, Isha. Good afternoon, Varda. Good afternoon, Prableen. Good afternoon, Mehtab. Good afternoon, Dilpreet. Good afternoon, Jasmine. Good afternoon, Harkirat. Still, many are there to join. Okay, we will wait for another 2-3 minutes, then we will start with the class. So, how are you all, Uche? Good afternoon, Jasmine. Good afternoon, Navjot. Good afternoon, Harshneet. Have you seen the worksheet which was given for today through Facebook page? Okay, that's good, Isha. Okay, so children, I hope you tried the code which we discussed yesterday, and you were able to get the output also. Did you try it on different browsers, as I told you that write the small code and then try it on different browsers? Okay, I think students who are regular, they have joined. So okay, fine, Jasmine. Just complete that worksheet, because the worksheet was containing some of the content which we are going to discuss today. I just wanted to know that whether you have done it previously or not. Good afternoon, Mehtab. हाँ जी बच्चे, HTML वाली. And please do it if you have not done. If you didn't get time, then please do it. Good, Harshneet. Okay, you tried on Firefox and Internet Explorer. That's good. So was there any difference in the output, Dilpreet, when you tried it on different browsers? Was there any difference? See, bache, it is very important that you focus on your studies other than like rest of the things. It is very crucial time, we all know, and to stay fit is equally important. Mental health is equally important. Spend quality time with your parents also, and just yes, give time to studies also, but make sure that you take care of yourself also. Eat healthy, like, and don't eat from outside. Don't eat anything from outside. Yet everything has started, but avoid to eat outside food, and take care of yourself also. Okay, Isha, fine, you got your laptop for repairing. Just whenever it will be repaired, just make sure that you get it back and do it. Okay, fine. Now I'm starting with the today's class. So today we will discuss about first of all border and border color attribute of table tag, height and width attribute of table tag. Then we will discuss about cell spacing and cell padding attribute, which is very important and will be very important part of your entire code. And then col span and row span attribute of TD or TH tag. Remember, I didn't use the term table, whereas it is the attribute of table tag. But generally students make mistake by using this with table tag, so it will be used with TD or TH tag. So that's why I have used the term TD or TH tag. But if it will be asked, row call span and row span are the attributes of table tag or not? Yes, they are the attributes of table tag. Then BR tag we have already discussed, so still we will use this BR tag also. And then caption tag. So all these things we will discuss today. We will start with the code. So we'll start with caption tag, but before that I will show you one window and the table actually with which we worked yesterday. So can you tell me that what is caption? What is caption? Even in journal language you can tell me what is caption. So this table, like this type of table we created yesterday, we inserted in the web page where we worked with table tag, TD tag, TH tag, TR tag, and the table is inserted in. You can see here the border color here, like border size and border color. Border size we have seen yesterday. So border color, you can see here it is red in color. So I'm waiting for your answer. If any one of you can answer what is caption. I think okay, picture. No, Jasmine, it's not a picture, beta. Caption is actually a title which is given to the table in HTML for the table, if I'm saying. Then it can be title for anything. So caption tag will be used to we can say that to add a title to your table. So I'm just opening the code for this web page. So I'm just opening it in internet. Okay, Internet Explorer was already open, so I was supposed to open it with the notepad. So here this is the code. You can see here. Now you can see here border color red in align center. See, these attributes we have used for border. This is a very small topic. Just I wanted to discuss once with you. So border attribute we have already discussed. The size of the border is 2. So if I make it 10, so how will it change? Or if I change it 12, then border color is given red. So if you want, you can choose some other color. Suppose if I give green, I'm writing it in small letters. Border color, there will not be any space between border and color. There will not be any space, remember this. Then align center, so you can align your table to the left, right or center. So I have chosen here center, that's why table was aligned in center. So let's see the output first for this border color and size. So I'm saving it here, and then if I change, now you can see that the table is aligned in center as it was aligned earlier also, but the color has been changed. The color thickness of the border has been changed and the color of the border has been changed. Now next, if we want to change the size of the table, then HEIGHT, that is height, for example 400 if I choose, and width also if I choose 400. These values will be given to you during your examination. So then I'll just refresh this window. Now you can see here that the size of the border, height and width of the border has been changed. You can see that some of the data in the table is aligned in the center, some in the left. So this also we will discuss gradually. We will discuss all about these also. So now next we were supposed to discuss that how to enter or how to add a title to the table. Okay, so for this we will use caption tag. Fine. And then simply suppose if I write students data or detail, anything you can add here. So as per the requirement of the table. Who is leaving the class in between, then rejoining, leaving and then rejoining? Okay, then I have saved it. Then now you can see student data. Is it visible to everyone? Students data. I hope screen is visible to everyone. So you can see this students data which is appearing at the top of the table. This is known as caption of the table. So to insert a title to the table, you will be using the caption tag. So I hope this is clear up to this. Please show me thumbs up if this is clear up to this. Show me a thumbs up if it is clear. I'm waiting for your answer. I want answer or reply from everyone, so that it will make me sure that yes, everyone has understood the topic. So other than this, okay, fine, Vardha, Mehtab. Where is Sartaj today? Today again he has not joined. Okay, Sartaj. Welcome, Sartaj. You got late today? Okay, so if you want to increase the size of this caption, you can use a font tag. Suppose if I change it 20, just randomly I'm giving the size. You can you will be given the size and you can try different sizes and then check the output. So now again I'm saving, I'm using Ctrl+S and then refresh this window. You can see even if we want to change the color, then we will use the color of this heading also. Suppose I want it as red, I'm making it red. So Ctrl+S. So now you can see the color has been changed. See, I'm just telling you that how to apply different formattings. Using your own creativity, you can do many more things in this. Yes, Sardar, you are saying no for what, beta? Harkirat, Harshneet, you have not answered, beta. So this was about caption tag. Like we were supposed to discuss only this much about caption tag. Gradually when we will design a web page with our tasks, that is through past papers, then we will learn more about them. Okay, then next we were supposed to discuss border and border color. We have discussed height and width also we have discussed. Now next come to the cell spacing and cell padding. Before discussing the cell spacing and cell padding, just have a look on this picture. Now what is this picture shows? That this is cell padding and this is cell spacing. Okay, Sartaj, fine, you were not late, but you didn't, you are showing me thumbs up at 2:30 and class started at 2:20. You are supposed to join at least 5 minutes before. Okay, that's good if you were not late. Okay, so cell padding is actually the space between the cell content and the border of the cell. You can see this outside boundary. Practically also we will do this. I'm just telling in the theory part. So this cell content and the cell border, this space This is known as cell padding. Cell spacing, as its name clearly shows, the space between the cells. As it shows, the space between the cells is known as cell spacing. So let's try this practically. I just close this window here, and I will choose here. Okay, and I will choose another window. So now see this window here. Now one table has been inserted here with 3 columns and 1 row. Fine. So you can see here there is no space between the cells. There is very less space. By default there is 1 cell spacing. So we're discussing first cell spacing. So there is very less space between each cell. If we want to increase the space between these cells, what we will do? Okay, then I'll just right click and open the source code. Yes, Mehtab, cell padding is the area in the cell. It is area, not exactly area in the cell. Cell padding is the space between the cell content and the boundary of the cell. And yes, cell spacing is the space between the cells. Okay, now you can see here this HTML code I have already written. Just to save the time, we have already done all this. So table border I have taken here, and the title I have taken here, web page table. Then TD tag I have taken here. I have used H2 tag along with the TD tag to make this text bold, but or as a heading, because when you will choose H1 or H2 or H3, H4, H5, H6 tag, they will automatically appear little thicker in size as compared to the normal text. So instead of using H2, you can directly use your TH also. So next item 2, then item 3. So 3 cells are there. So now we have to increase the space between the cells. So we will use cell spacing, and suppose value I give 5. See children, remember that cell spacing attribute will be used with table tag. It will not be used with TD, TR or TH tag. Remember that, it is very important, because sometimes when students do practical, they used to write it with the TD or TR tag, whereas you will be writing it with CSS only. But in some of the cases you will be asked to use it with the HTML code only. Maybe you will be asked to identify the errors. So cell spacing will always be used with table tag. So now I'm going to save this. Then let's check the output. Now you can see the space has been increased. So this is cell spacing. Let's increase the space little more. So if I change it as 15, the cell spacing and cell padding value will also always be given to you. So now see, the space between each cell from all the boundaries, left, right, top, bottom, all the boundaries, it has been increased. Short form of cell spacing and cell padding. Better, there is no short form of cell spacing and cell padding. It is termed as it is only. So no, like TR is their table row, but no short form is there for this cell spacing and cell padding. It will be called, it will be written as it is only. You will be using the entire term. So I hope this is clear. Now you can see that when, see this boundary here, item 1. So before the item 1, see this boundary here. There is very less space between this text and the boundary or the border of the cell. This is the entire, the outside is a table border. Now there are 3 cells in this table. So each cell is containing some value. Now this first item, the first value which is delivered here, which is shown here. So this is very less space. Now next, what we have to do, we have to increase the space between the cell boundary to the text. So now I will make changes in this table only. Cell padding, then suppose if I give you small value just to check the change first, then 5. Now I'm going to save it. You can use a shortcut key, control plus S also. So now we will just refresh this. Now the space has been increased, but I think this is very smaller space which is visible to you, so I just increase it with a larger value so it will be more clear to you. So if I change it with 5 to 10, so now I save it using the control plus S, then again refresh this. Now you can see the space between this text and the cell boundary, it has been increased. This space is known as cell padding. I hope it is clear. Please show me thumbs up, everyone, and everyone is supposed to show me thumbs up if it is clear. Everyone is supposed to show thumbs up. You can choose randomly any of the value. There is no specific like we can say the limit. But yes, it will be as per the, yes Mehtab, I'm answering your question only, but it will be as per the requirement of your web page, how do you want to display the content in your web page. As I told you that you will be displaying all the content in your web page, in your web authoring part, which is paper 3, inside the table. Sometime you might be displaying text value inside a table, cell, sometime picture, sometime some hyperlink. So depending upon that, you will be using the value. So is it clear? So Navjot, for Navjot it is clear. Dilpreet, Vardha, Isha, Jasmine, Prableen, Jasmine 1 also. Harshneet, I didn't get any answer from you. Harkirat joined very soon, but now the child is not responding. Okay, fine. So I think this is clear to everyone. So now do one thing. Just write an HTML code, and you are supposed to write it on your notebooks, not on the, okay fine, if you're writing it on the system, that's good, but it will take much time. But I want you to write the HTML code for a table having 3 rows and 3 columns. So as it is given here, but as I have already used height 400, width 400, so you will use height 200 and width 300. Repeating again, height 200, height you are supposed to mention 200. Your height should be 200 and width should be 300. Then cell spacing will be like space between the cells will be 20, and cell padding should be, it is 11, and your table must be aligned to the left. So and color should be if I take yellow. Okay, now Harkirat, fine. Are you able to join the class now? Yes, bache, this you will do right now only. I'm giving you 3 to 4 minutes to write the code. So repeating again, table border, it should be 2 only. Border color should be red. So this one you will use, and it should be aligned left. Height should be 200, width should be 300, cell spacing should be 20, and cell padding should be 11. So use these values and write the code quickly. Just write the code without wasting time. Okay, fine, bache. Network problem, Harshneet, fine. Okay, just write the code. See बच्चे, I know that some of you are facing the problem of internet connectivity. So if you are not able to join the class due to any reason, please make sure to watch the video, because as you know that you will be having your July examination, where all these content will be the part of your syllabus, and it will be going to very difficult if you don't join the class. Yes, you can watch the videos later, but see, attending the class and like interacting with the teacher cannot happen if you watch the recorded video. If there is some genuine reason, I understand, but if you just due to laziness you are doing this, please avoid it. It's very simple thing you have to do. You have to, like in school also, we were having most of the time the last lesson, so you just need to enter the class and just do the work which will be given. So I hope you would be able to write it. I'm waiting for your answer. So be little quick beta. You can at least show me where you have used all these attributes with table tag. If you are not able to complete the code right now, then you can show me just the code which you have written for the table, all attributes like table border, table colored, align, height, width, cell spacing and cell padding. So okay bache, you're taking much time, so you can complete it later and then show it to me. Okay, Isha has done. Let me check. Table border, border colored. Yes, Isha, that is what the color spelling will be COLOR, not COLOUR. Fine, it will not be this. So make it correction. Make this correction. Line, height, then width, and but you have not used cell spacing and cell padding attribute. Okay, Vardha. That's right. Right, Vardha. I just want to see the attribute you are using with table tag. So are you using it correctly or not? That is just I want to check. So fine, complete it later. Now further we will be going with next, that is col span attribute and row span attribute of TD or TH tag. Okay Mehtab, you can send it later. Fine Isha, you can send it later. Okay, you can send it later. Just complete it and then send it. Fine Mehtab, you can send it after the lesson. Okay, Navjot has done. Cell spacing, cell padding, yes. Right Navjot? So who all are not able to complete right now, just complete it after the class and send it me through WhatsApp. You can try it on the system and check the output and send the output also along with the code. So So next, row span and call span. So now see these two tables. Now what you see here in this table, like there are how many rows are there in this table? There are two rows and two columns actually. Similarly in this also two rows and two columns. Sometime what happens that okay Problem, I check it and then come to you back. Okay. Whenever you are creating or inserting a table, either in word processing software or in spreadsheet also, sometime you want to merge some of the cells. That cells might be you want to merge it vertically or you want to merge it horizontally. So whenever you want to merge your cells in the table horizontally or vertically, then you use the row span and call span attribute of table tag, that is td and th tag. Either you can use it with td also, th also. So now if I read this, then a table is divided into rows and each row is divided into cells. This is very important. See, when we start the code, we always started with table tag, and after the table tag we are writing tr tag. So it means each table is divided into rows, and further we are using td tag. Using td tag we are dividing each row into cells. So sometime, as I told you, we might be in need to merge the table cells. For might be we want to give some headings or we want to add some header row. So we just want to do merging of the cells. For that we use the attributes call span and row span. One thing you need to remember, because we know that columns are vertical. Columns are vertical. Students are making mistakes in this. So I'm repeating it again and again. Columns are vertical. But when you will use call span to merge the cells, when you will use call span to merge the cell, you will get a horizontal cell. You are actually merging the cells horizontally. You can see here this, you are merging it horizontally. But when you are using the row span, in the row span you are merging the cells vertically, whereas rows are horizontal. But when we are using the row span, we are getting a cell which is vertical. We are merging the cells vertically. So this is very important to understand. Row span and call span is like it is 200% that will be asked for your examination. So if I go next, then call span attribute defines the number of columns a cell should span or merge horizontally. That right now I told you. So you want to merge two or more cells into a single cell. So you will write similar code. Now if you see, before call span there were two cells in first row and two cells in second row. But when these two cells were merged after call span, these two cells will be merged like this. Is call span clear to everyone? Is call span clear to everyone? Please let me know. Show me thumbs up if call span is clear to everyone, so that I could move further. If call span is clear to everyone, then let me know. I want answer from all the students. Okay. Navjot, is it clear? Are you there? Okay. Isha, Sartaj, Harshneet, Vardha, Navjot, Dilpreet, Prablin, Jasmine too. Mehtab, is it clear, बच्चे? Mehtab, answer please. Mehtab, is it clear? Jasmine 1. Okay, Isha, this I'll check later now. Okay. Be quick while you're answering. Done all. Okay, Isha, fine. So let me check who all have not answered, or if there is any doubt up to this. So your class might go 5 to 10 minutes more. Then don't leave the class. We have to complete this row span and call span. Practically also I will show you the code here. But it is important to understand that what is row span and call span. Okay. So now next we have row span. As I told you, row span attributes specify the number of rows a cell should span vertically, should merge vertically. So if you want to merge two or more cells, see, minimum cells will be 2, because if you will be having one cell, that you're not merging. In that case, you're splitting. That will not be there in your syllabus. So merging only. So if you want to merge the cells vertically, you will use the row span. You can see here the above code will merge two cells as one cell vertically. Before row span you can see here, and after row span you can see here that how the cell, these two cells, the second and fourth cell, these two cells has been merged. Now one thing which I want to make clear, that this first, there are how many rows are there in this? After row span, how many rows are there? Yes, there are 2 rows. There are 2 rows. And how many cells in first row? How many cells in first row? Is there only one cell or 2 cells in first row? Quickly. How many cells are there in your first row of this table? This table, how many rows, how many cells are there in this first row? Is there only one or 2 cells? Okay. Yes, Isha, 2 rows are there. How many cells in first row? Vardha, answer beta. Three. 2. Okay, 2 cells. 2. Write it. 3 cells, 2 cells, 1 cell, or row you are talking about. Navjot, Harshni, Sataj. Okay, Isha, 2 rows. That is right. 2 rows will be there. But how many cells? It is important. How many cells are there? So there are actually 2 cells. First is this and second is this. The first row contains 2 cells and second row contains only 1 cell. The second row contains only 1 cell, because these two cells, second and fourth cell, merged and turned to 1 cell, which will be the part of first row, and second row is having only 1 cell. Let's do it quickly practically, then let's check. Now first I'm starting showing you the table. Now see, we have a table here. I have added name and Arun, Priya, and expense 10,000, 8,000, then sum. If I ask you that you have to do sum, then what will you do? You will prefer to merge these 2 cells, these last two cells. So what we will use? Call span or row span? Dilpreet, there are only 2 cells in first row. Yes. Yes, Vardha, for which you are saying that there will be only 1 cell. I'll show you right now when we will discuss the row span practically here. Then see the output, then you will come to know. Fine, this was just the theory part, but practically just see. The row 1 will contain 2 cells. So these 2 cells, the sum, where it is mentioned sum, and this empty cell. These two cells I want to merge. What should I use, row span or col span? Navjot said row span. Others, what we will use, row span or col span? So Prabhin saying col span, Dilpreet saying row span. Yes, Vardha, you tell bache. Prabhin also saying col span. Dilpreet saying, Dilpreet, why did you deleted it? Sartaj. Col span. Yes, we will use col span here because see, this is the first column, the name is the first column, expense is the second column, and we want to merge these two cells of first and second column. Let's try it with the code, then it would be more clear. So open with Notepad. Now, so here you can see here after body tag, table border, th I have used as the heading has been used. Code I have already written. So see, this is the comment which we discuss. So the last row, why I have added here, just as a notes I have added it here. So now you can see here that twice, this is the first cell of the third row and this is the second cell of the third row. So now I want to merge it. First of all, I do not need this cell. So what will happen here? Let's see. Check the output. Now the cell has been removed, but it must be merged. Still it has not been merged. So now again we will go to TD. You can use it with the TH also. Col span. Then how many cells we want to merge? What will be the value of col span? How many cells we want to merge here? We want to merge here 2 cells. We want to span 2 cells. So value will be 2. So the value of row span and col span will depend upon the number of cells you want to span. So now if I save it and then refresh this, now this is the col span attribute used here. So Harshneet, is it clear why col span will be used here? Don't worry if you won't be able to understand it much clearly in this lesson. We will take another lesson for this and I would definitely make sure that everyone would be able to understand this. So row span is clear to everyone? Okay, so now I'm closing this one and this one also. Now another I'm opening this row span. Now we will check it for the row span also. It has been already shown here. It's taking little time. Okay, fine, Vardha. So now see, how many cells are there in first row? 2. How many cells in second row? 2. Third row? 2. And how many columns are there? Again there are 2 columns. Now you can see that PHP, CSS and HTML. What are these? These are the web development layers which we use to design a web page. Content layer, HTML is a content or structure layer, CSS is a presentation or style layer, and PHP is a behavior layer. Now this property is for all these 3 we can say the tools. So I just want to merge these three cells as you do in spreadsheet or Word. I just want to merge three cells. So now I will use row span or col span. Yes. Would I use row span or col span? Yes. I'm waiting for your answer. Now it will be used row span or col span. Yes, it will be used row span. Now let's write the code for this. So I'm opening it with the text editor, that is Notepad. Now tr, this is okay, this is the first row. Yes, absolutely, everyone is right. We will use row span here. So you can see here this td tag here. Now here we will use row span, and now how many cells we need to merge? For this row span, how many cells we need to merge? Yes, check and let me know how many cells we want to merge. Quickly answer how many cells we want to merge. Yes, row span we will use, that you're absolutely right. Now tell me that how many cells we want to merge here. Yes, it will be 3. Right, Vardha? Right, Sartaj? 3 cells we want to merge. So what will be the value for row span? It will be 3. Yes, probably Navjot, you also right. So let's save this. Dilpreet. Right, Dilpreet, 3. Now check. Now see, all these 3 cells has been merged, but you can see that here these blank cells are still shown. So let's check what is the mistake here. What is the problem here? So okay, now it means that this first row, okay, tr, now this first row will have, okay, this first row will have 2 cells, that is 2 td tag. You can see this is important. This first row is having 2 cells. First cell is containing the text PHP and second text is containing the text. These are the web development layers. On combining gives a web page. CSS this is the second row which contains only 1 cell, because the other cell of this second row has been merged with the first cell of the first row. Sorry, second cell of the first row. Similarly, HTML, that is, this is the third row. Now in the third row we have only 1 cell. Now in this also we have only 1 cell, because the second cell of third row has also been merged with these row span attributes. So only first row will have 2 cells, rest 2 rows will be having only 1 cells, but it is showing these 2 cells here because we have been added here td tag. Now what we have to do, we will just remove these td tags here. You will not do it later. You will be given the structure of the table and then you will write it accordingly. I am just doing it just to show you that what mistakes you can make. So now you can see that it has deleted those 2 cells which were for the second and third row. Now tell me, is it clear up to this? Show me a thumbs up if it is clear up to this. Quickly. If it is clear, please show me a thumbs up if it is clear to everyone. Yes. Okay, clear to everyone. Now I will show you one window, and you will try to write the code for that window. You just try, and if you won't be able to do, then tomorrow we will discuss the code for this. So here we have this table, college timetable. You can use the caption school timetable also, the class timetable also, and just write the code. Try to write the code for this, and you can send me output on my number along with the code, or otherwise tomorrow for sure we will discuss about the code for this table also. So I hope it is clear. Now just tell me if you have any doubt. So this is your homework which you are supposed to do. Okay, there is no doubt. Fine. So if you feel that there is some problem and you're facing any difficulty, you can give me call anytime. I will help you out. Fine. So thank you. We will wind up with this, and please make sure to recap all these tags, attributes which we discussed today, because tomorrow we will start with the this continue with this table also, but we will start with some new tags also. So good luck, and thank you.